But for the outgoing U.S. ambassador to the Philippines, Manila's ties with Washington remain strong. I sat down with Philip Goldberg, who talked about his country's long-standing alliance with the Philippines.
What's said about me or what's said about President Obama, I think President Obama said it either in China or Laos. He doesn't take these things personally, but we want to have constructive discussions. We want to discuss the relationship between the two countries, how to move it forward, how we can work together, and the other kinds of things that are going on in the press or said publicly are things that we don't take personally but don't help the situation and as I said, are not expected from friends and allies. We want to continue. We have a great relationship with the Filipino people.
The territorial dispute between the Philippines and China in the South China Sea has all but wrecked the livelihoods of these Filipino fishermen. The Philippines won an international court ruling in its favour over who owns the Scarborough Shoal. China's rejected that ruling and has stopped the Filipino fishermen entering the waters in and around the shoal since 2012. Now they're hoping their president's impending visit to China will restore their decades-old livelihoods.
Sana po makipag-usap yung presidente na habang...
I hope the president will push the issue in their bilateral talks, this fisherman says, or at least allow us to fish while the talks are happening. We're not soldiers fighting against them. Philippines President Rodrigo Duterte is pursuing a less aggressive line with China over the dispute. Ramon Caspal of the Institute for Political and Electoral Reform in Manila says it's a tactic to get China on his side.
After what happened to the relationship between China and the Philippines during the Aquino administration, he's trying to bring it back to a normal, friendly level in order to start a bilateral negotiations.
For now, the fishermen of Pangasinan province must look elsewhere for their catches. They say the fish they get now is nothing like the amount they pulled from the rich waters of the Scarborough Shoal, but it's safer than confrontation with the Chinese Coast Guard.
Inaasahan ni Presidente Rodrigo Duterte na mapag-uusapan ang desisyon ng Arbitral Tribunal sa West Philippine Sea sa kanilang pulong ni Chinese President Xi Jinping. Pero giit ni Ginoong Duterte, hindi niya isusuko ang ating teritoryo.
We will stick to our claim. We do not bargain anything. We will talk and we will maybe paraphrase everything in the judgment and set the limits of our territories.
Ngunit paliwanag din ni Pangulong Duterte, hindi niya ipagpipilitan ang posisyon ng Pilipinas sa China.
This is a matter of international committee. When you go there, you only want to talk. And remember, there are only two options. We go to trouble or we talk.
Sumasang-ayon din si Ginoong Duterte sa sinabi ni Supreme Court Associate Justice Antonio Carpio na pwede siyang ma-impeach o mapatalsik bilang Pangulo kung sakaling isusuko niya at ibibigay ang ating sovereignty claims sa China.
It's all correct, it's all legal, and so I agree with him. I said we cannot barter which is not ours, belongs to the Filipino people. I cannot be the sole authorized agent, for that is not allowed under the Constitution.
Maliban sa West Philippine Sea, nais din ni Pangulong Duterte na mas patibayin pa ang pakikipagkalakalan ng Pilipinas sa China at mas maparami pa ang mga pamumuhunan nito sa Pilipinas.